Hello everyone, Raccoon-Formers here, and today I will be making a double review on the Transformers Studio Series, number 01, Old Camaro Bumblebee, and number 27, Clunker Bumblebee. The reason I called this one Old Camaro Bumblebee is this Bumblebee figure resembles his older Camaro that he had in the first Transformers movie, not the newer Camaro that he had, which I have right here. See? And the reason I called this one Clunker Bumblebee is this one, just as you see, is painted like it's old. Because this Bumblebee figure is from the car shop scene where Sam Witwicky chose Bumblebee to be his car. And this one was from the scene where Bumblebee fought Barricade. These figures are pretty nice, but they are pretty much the exact same figure. As you see, this one's a bit different because it has rust painted all over it, like on the roof here, and this one doesn't. This one has a little bit of white painted here, this one doesn't. Brown. Robot kibble underneath, which is the same for both figures. And as you see, the front here, the bumper is silver, and here the bumper is black. And back here, the racing stripes are a bit shorter on Clunker Bumblebee than on Old Camaro Bumblebee. As you see. And unlike most double reviews, I will be showcasing both figures' transformations. So make sure to watch till the end of the video. Let's take a look at these figures' accessories. Here they are. They're the same, just Bumblebee's signature arm cannon. This is Old Camaro Bumblebee's, and this is Clunker Bumblebee's. As you see, the only difference is Clunker Bumblebee's is decked out all in silver, except for the peg that allows it to peg on in vehicle mode, which I'll showcase later. Choom, pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. As you see, nice little hollow barrel. All sorts of cool details, all good. Good. So we'll start with Old Camaro Bumblebee's transformation. First, you can take the arms, just fold them out like this, and as you see, to apply his gun in robot mode, you need to rip the arm off, and as you see, it doesn't peg on all that well, so be alert of that. Then you can open up this wheel section, fold the arm out, swivel the arm like that, then you can flip out the face, like so. Same on the other side. And it's best to just apply the arm again at the end. Then you can just take the grill, push it up like this, and as you see, the roof pops off extremely easy. It's like how I mentioned in Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee review, it was only held on by little plastic nubby things, which is very, very frustrating. So it's easier to just set this off to the side. Just to be clear, yeah, if you want this figure, you need to be okay with that. So then you can open up the doors and fold the chest down, and this will tab right into there, like so. And you can take the headlights, just shift them on an angle, like this and like this. And you can come to the legs, detach the wheel wells and swivel them out like this. And you can take the leg, untab it, and then you can just fold everything out like at the same time, making sure that the shin guard is folded out. That's what's better about that number 25 Bumblebee that I showcased a few videos ago, because this is on its separate joint and you fold this out separately. Check out the link in the description for my double review on the Now and Then Bumblebee 2-pack and you'll see what I mean. And also, if you want to see how these figures resemble to Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee, check out the link in the description for that review too. So, next you can just do the same thing on the other side. Swivel this out. Untap the foot, fold everything out, flip in the windshield, or windscreen I should say. And here we have the legs all done. And you can apply the roof separately, tab it on as best as it'll go, then you can flip in the roof and it will just sit calmly like that. But it does not stay on that well, which is very frustrating. Here's how the weapon tabs on. Like I said, you would rip the arm off, and then see this joint here, it will just tab right into that section there, but it's very difficult, as as you see. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Then you can just make sure the fist is still flipped out, and then you can just take these door wings, flip them down. Like so. Be alert, they do like to pop off. Then you can store whichever arm you're not using, either being the arm or the gun, right back here. You can tab it in right there. And here we have the Transformers Studio Series number 01, Old Camaro Bumblebee in his awesome looking robot mode. One more thing, I will not be showcasing details with new Camaro Bumblebee here. Stay tuned, I will review this figure soon. Okay, let's get on with Clunker Bumblebee's transformation. Okay, technically it's just the same, but it's a bit easier. I'll show you. Take the arms, flip them out like that, and then you can just start taking everything, like flipping out the wheel section, fold the arm out like this, and just shift it up until you hear a click, swivel the arm forward, and flip out the fist. Yeah, see, I told you that the arm just does not like to stay on. Then you can take the doors. We'll do that next. Then you can just take the grill, push it up like that, and you can take the roof, dig it out. And as you see, the roof isn't coming off. Want to see why? Check that out. They put a pin through the roof. That's why I said Clunker Bumblebee's roof didn't come off when I reviewed Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee. So that makes this one a lot easier to transform than old Camaro Bumblebee. So then you can just untab the doors now. But it seems like all figures that the doors stick out on the side have this really fragile peg that I talked about in Car Dropkicks review. Then you can just take this section, fold it down, and tab the waist into place. Take the lights, accordion them on an angle, and you can just start bringing everything out like this. And you can just take the shin thing, fold it forward, giving clearance for you to fold all this out. And you can just fold up the foot. And just to be clear, there is another figure out there that is this mold besides the three I mentioned: Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee, this figure, and Old Camaro Bumblebee. There's Retro Rock Garage Bumblebee, number 19, an exclusive. I don't have them on me, but you should check them out. Check the link in the description for that. Okay. Then you can fold the leg out, flip in the windscreen, do all this, do all that other fun stuff. Make sure the waist stays tabbed in. And you can just shift this down, flip this part of the roof in. And you can just be careful not to cause the roof to come off, because if this roof pops off, I don't think it's fixable because it has a pin through it. And you can just flip the door wings in. And you will slightly tab into place. You'll feel it. No, wait, no. They would tab into place up here. They don't tab into place down there. My bad. And then you know how the gun tabs on. And here we have Clunker Bumblebee in his robot mode. That transformation is definitely tricky. We'll start with details of Old Camaro Bumblebee in robot mode. Set Clunker Bumblebee off to the side, but it's pretty nice. Yellow, gray, black for the chest, black up here, blue headlights. Nice looking head sculpt. blue eyes, silver face, yellow outside of the head, little red Autobahn insignia. Pretty accurate to the movie, if you ask me. Doors sit very flashily. Bumblebee is pretty well known for having his doors stick out on either side of him. Here's a few pictures of what I mean. Okay, and there's also some like faux racing stripes here in front of the head. Legs are pretty nice, decked out in, the feet are decked out in silver, yellow, and it's cool. Like you can flip the wheels back like this, and then you can have like wheels for feet. Oh, yeah. Just to be clear, he will not stand up like that, by the way. And just to be clear, this figure is very top heavy and doesn't really stand up that well anyway. Backpack is pretty clunky, but it's okay. Let's take a look at this figure's articulation. Head can look up this much and can look down this much. Arms can go in and out, and there's a bend at the elbow. And the arm can also rotate around. Arm with the gun can go up and down. Pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, pew 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 pew. Doors can flip in and out as well. Legs can kick back this much and can kick up this much, as you see. And yes, see, this is what I meant. The door wings do pop off. Can be pretty annoying. Let me just tab them back on for you real quick. And like I mentioned in my Now and Then Bumblebee 2-pack review, it's the same with Volkswagen Bumblebee and the Last Night Bumblebee. You have to rip the arm off to apply the gun. It's not really my favorite thing, but it's okay. Now that we've wrapped up this figure's robot mode, let's compare him with Clunker Bumblebee. As you see, they are very nice, but the difference is, check out the differences for the roof pegs. As you see, old Camaro Bumblebee is just held on by plastic nubby things. And this one, there's actually a pin through it. I don't get why they couldn't just put a pin through this one, or Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee for that matter. That would have been way nicer. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree. Just to be clear. Never mind. And technically everything else is the same, except for the chest. This one has some yellow. This one's all gray. There's a little bit of rust on the doors, as you see. Okay. Pretty much that's it. Now, this pretty much wraps up this figure's robot mode. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? Remove the gun. As you see, the roof fell off on its own, which is pretty annoying. Fun fact, when I first opened this figure, the roof fell off right away. That's how bad it tabs on. So yeah, this figure here is definitely not Hasbro's best work. But it's okay. And they definitely improved big time on Clunker Bumblebee. Then you can flip out the door fins. Then you can flip in the fist. And as you see, this arm doesn't stay on that well, so I'll just apply it at the end. You can do it differently, I don't care. Then you can take the foot, stretch it out, like so. Flip out the windscreen. Then you can flip this all in, like so. Then you can just fold in the shin pad and then fold, make sure that the leg is tabbed in all the way. Then this tab on the foot will slot right into that tab on the leg. I don't know if you can see. Then you can tape the wheel well, fold it up, but be careful. If you do it the wrong way, the wheel well has a tendency of popping off. And here we have one leg fully transformed. Second verse, just like the first. Flip out the windscreen, stretch out the leg, or the foot. Flip this entire assembly inward, which will also flip in the back bumper. Tab it all into place, then you can fold the wheel well up and slot it into place. But be alert. Also, again, be careful, because if you do it the wrong way, the wheel well has a tendency of popping off, and it is not easy to tab back on. I will not showcase it now. And you can just tab the legs together, creating the back bumper of Bumblebee. And then you can tab the legs into that peg on the leg easier. Or the foot. Why do I keep calling the foot the legs? My bad. Make sure everything's slotted into place. And these legs do have a tendency of popping undone from each other, by the way. So be alert of that. Then you can come to the top half of the figure. Take the headlights, straighten them out. Then you can untab the chest and bring this entire assembly up. And when you do that, the head does look kind of funny. And you can slot the doors into place. And just make sure that these are on a big angle. And then that will give room for you to slot the bumper down into place. Then you can take the arms, fold them in, close up the wheel thing, like a door. Yeah, closing up the wheel joint, I'll show you. It's kind of satisfying, like closing up the wheels like a door or something. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Then you can swivel the arm around, and this slot on the arm will slot right into that slot on like the spine sort of thing. Then you can take the arm, tab it into place. Yeah, Hasbro could have done better on this figure, like putting a pin through the roof and making the left arm stay on easier. And there we go. Actually, no. If the roof falls off for you, then you can just take it, slide it underneath. Be right back. Just to be clear, for it to work, you need to make sure the legs are completely flush, like behind the windows. Like the feet are at the same level as the transparent part of the window. Then I think the roof will work. And it did. Before we start Clunker Bumblebee's transformation, I just want to showcase a few details. Remember how he has rust on him in vehicle mode? The only rust parts that are visible are the door wings, as you see, and a little right here. Or if you look at it from this way, right down here. As you see, nice arms painted well, and same head sculpt, and same articulation. And the backpack is more neater because it stays on easier. All good? All good in the hood, in the wood, in the hood, in the woods. Now, let's start this figure's awesome transformation. Okay, so first you will remove his right arm because it falls off easily, so why not just get it out of the way? If it stays on for you, let me know in the comment section below. Then you can stretch out the legs, flip out the windscreen, fold this entire assembly inward, just like old Camaro Bumblebee. And just to be clear, this is one of the only double reviews that I will be showcasing both transformations. This might be the only one. I might have to do it again another time. The only reason I did showcase both transformations is because old Camaro Bumblebee, I couldn't transform him like Clunker Bumblebee, and it would be hard for you guys to understand what to do. So get it? If I ever run into something like that, I'll showcase both transformations. And if you want me to showcase both transformations again, just let me know in the comment section below. Stretch out the leg, flip out the windscreen, put this entire assembly inward, like so. Then you can take the wheel well, swivel it up, and this will just tab right into place. And you'll just, then we'll deal with the rest of the figure. Flip up the door wings, and just to be clear, you don't have to do it in the same order. You can do it in whatever order you want. Let me know your order of transforming this figure in the comment section below. Then you can take the roof assembly, flip it out, and this tab will peg right into there. And then you can flip that part out, just to be clear, be careful transforming this figure, because if this roof comes off, I don't think it's fixable, because this one has a pin through it. It's not like plastic nubby things like old Camaro Bumblebee. And because of the roof having a pin, this figure is a lot easier to transform than the original version. And you can just take the legs, try your best to tab them together like so. Make sure the shin pads are flipped in like that. And you transform this figure a bit differently. I'll get to that later. Then you can take this assembly, flip it up, take the lights, straighten them out. And you can take this assembly, shift it downward. You have to make sure that this part, the lights are at a big angle, or else this section won't be able to slip in. And just make sure that these are tabbed in all correctly. And you can flip this section upward like this. Just to be clear, that does the legs do have a tendency on coming apart while you're doing all this. And you can just make sure to get this slot on the roof underneath. I'm gonna have to do this part off camera. And after you get all that tabbed in, you'll have something that looks like this. Then, just to be clear, if you're able to transform this figure without the arm coming off, that's good. Good for you. It's just hard for me sometimes. Do it whatever way you want. I don't really care how you do it. Next, you can just take the doors, tab them in like so. Same on the other side. Once I tried transforming old Camaro Bumblebee like this, and it just doesn't work out. The roof just does not like to stay on. But I think if you're really careful, you can transform old Camaro Bumblebee like this without the roof popping off. Like, really careful. Then you can take this joint, just fold it in. You have to kind of do that and swivel this section at the same time. And you can close the wheel section like a door. Funny, right? Flip in the fist, swivel this section here, and this will just slot right into there like I did before. I'm going to do the other side off camera, but you get the idea. And the final step you need to do is just take this chest section, flip it down, and then come to the back here, and this is how the gun tabs in. See those two tabs? They'll just slot right into there. The circular one, right there. The square, right there. It's weird, but storage is storage. Right. Yeah, it does fall off extremely easy. Well, with all that being said, here we have the Transformers Studio Series, number 27, Deluxe Class Clunker Bumblebee in his awesome-looking Chevrolet Camaro alt mode. And just like old Camaro Bumblebee, no Chevrolet symbol for some reason. Well, this pretty much wraps up this video review. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to click that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future video. With all that being said, this is your man Raccoon-Formers signing off. Peace.